So for today's journaling cards, we are going to be using a card sketch to create them. And this card sketch is from Call Me Crafty Owl. And as a subscriber to her channel, you can download these card sketches, and she does one a month. And so when I saw this one this month, I thought it would be awesome for journaling cards. She creates them for, cards to send to people, but I thought this would be awesome as journaling cards for our journal. And I thought this kit that G sent me this month that I'm using of hers for my design team project, I thought it would be awesome for these cards. So this is the Beautiful Botanicals, designed and created by Happiness and Crafting by G Kerr, and I will link to those below, or to this kit below, to her shop. And so some of these I have printed on cardstock, where others are printed on 32-pound premium paper. And then I went ahead and coffee dyed them, and I love how this paper feels, this HP premium paper, the 32-pound premium paper. I love how that feels when it's tea stained or coffee stained. So I went ahead and did that to this kit because this is kind of the look I wanted to use this kit for. And so here are the background pages, and I think I printed one of the background pages maybe twice. And there's a lot of sheets in this kit, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So before we get started, I do want to say welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a subscriber or you've been here before, welcome back to my channel. I forgot to say that at the beginning before I showed you the kit. So here, let's see, I think these would be a good project. I haven't tried them yet, but I think they will be a good project for mask making. I do want to pull out, this one's cardstock, so I want to try some on cardstock and then try some with the regular paper and just see how it all turns out. I think this will be a good enough amount to get started. I do want these for the front. So let's see here. Pulled out some sheets to use. And I've gone ahead and cut the white edges off my paper. So we're going to start with this one. And this is my cardstock, and this is the 32-pound paper. So I just want to try both and see what happens, see which one I like the best as a journaling card. So let me measure this, and I'm just going to cut it down the middle, or close to the middle. It's 7.5, so I'll cut it 3 3/4. I think that's close to the middle. Like I said before, I am not great with fractions. And then I'll do this one, which is just your regular paper. And I did print them at different sizes by accident, so this one's the correct size. Somehow I printed this one smaller. It's about 8 inches, so I'm just going to cut it down to 4. Cut it right down the middle. And I don't think these have to be a certain size. I think you can make them however wide you want them. And then I'm leaving them at the length that they are. So mine are around, I guess, 10 3/4, 10.5. It's whatever's left over after I cut off the white. So then I'm going to, let's see, trim this down here. Maybe like, this may be too wide. Let's just see. Maybe trim it down just a little bit. And I'm just eyeballing. It doesn't have to be a specific height that I'm going for. And let's just try this one a little. Let's try this one at maybe 1 3/4. Just cutting some pieces. I want to go ahead and get some of the pieces cut so I will be ready to just decorate these. I think that's enough for now though, because, well, let's do one more. Let's cut another strip out of this one. 1 3/4. We could do another one. So we have plenty to choose from. Well, that was 1.5, but we might can make it work. I don't think that these you have to have a specific size. Since these are journaling cards, these don't have to go in an envelope or anything like a card would. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball here and fold my card over, just lining it up. So I want to leave, a little bit of edge here. And so in the card, let's find that paper again that I had. In the card sketch, you can see that it folds over and you've got some left here. I'm not going to worry about the measurements because I'm not making cards to put in envelopes. I'm making journaling cards, so I'm just using this as an idea. But you do have this extra. And so what I wanted to do with this little edge, I like the coffee stain sticking out, but I was thinking, what if we add, something behind it like this? So I think that's what we're going to do. And that would be pretty on this one. And then there's all different ones to use. Maybe we should decide first let's decide which one of these. I want to put these little cards on the front, so let's decide which one we're going to use, and then we'll decide the background for it. So let's just start out with this one. And like I said, this is cardstock that I'm cutting these little cards out of. I did want them to be just a little bit sturdier, but I don't know that they'll have to be when we get done with this. I just want to see. Okay, so my thoughts are that this will go here on the edge, and then it actually made it look good not to even put anything behind it, but let's try something and see. Let's try this one. Maybe this one will be lighter. Let me just stick these here. I like that. So let me trim that off. I'm just going to put a little mark here. I'm going to have to use this bottle without my little small tip. I've lost my glue bottle again. I'm forever using it. I was looking around to see if I could find it. I'm forever using it. So I'm forever losing it. So I'll just attach this with using this bottle. It's the same glue. It's just a larger nozzle I'm not crazy about. I think this will be pretty under the flap. And so when you open it up, you'll have your paper here, but you'll have a good little journaling spot. And then we're going to decorate the front up. And I don't want to just add the card. I want to decorate it more. So I've pulled out, let me move this aside. I pulled out some lace, and I pulled out some thinner lace. So like, I wanted to use crochet lace, but if I use crochet lace, I think this is going to stick up too much. I want to see though. I love using the cotton light crochet lace on my projects. Let me see if that's going to hold it up too high. That may be a bit too much holding it up. I could use it on this end and do it like this. And I may do some that way, but let me see some of the thinner lace here. I pulled out quite a bit. What about this one? It's rather big, but let's just see what it does. So let's just lay this out and see here. So I haven't made any videos for almost 2 weeks now, and I know in the last video I uploaded was probably, well, the last video on my channel, I know I didn't upload any this week. So I thought this would be a nice little project to slowly get back in the swing of crafting, because I haven't even crafted in quite a bit. I think I made a card last weekend, 2 cards last weekend, but I really didn't film anything or didn't craft, so I kind of wanted to get back in the swing of crafting before I do something simple, before I start a bigger project. And so I thought these would be a good little simple project to get started with. I'm not sure that I like covering the lace up all the way there, but I wanted something. Now I'm trying to decide how I'm going to decorate these, because I love them. I love the idea of these, but I do want to decorate them up. What if we put just a little bit of this along the bottom? So I could use my crocheted lace. We'll decorate one, and then we're going to mass make all the pieces. And well, I do have quite a few cut here, so I think we'll be okay. We may have enough pieces to get started. So I thought I wouldn't ink these, but the more I looked at it, I just can't not ink. I love ink and everything, and I think it frames it out, so I am going to go ahead and ink the edges on these. I really thought that I would just leave them and try something different, but I really missed the inked edges, so I think that it needs it for my eye, the look I'm going for. So I will come back and ink the inside here too, but I just want to ink the edges where we're going to be decorating so we can see what we're doing. So I'm just going to take some Fabri-Tac. I'm going to run it along the edge here. And then I'm just going to put the lace there. Then we have our little card here. And then we just attach it there. And we can make these as detailed and with a lot of stuff on them, or we can keep them very simple. And we don't have to do each one, you know, the same either. We can just kind of change them up. So I feel like this is a bit plain. Let me see. I brought out my vintage labels. I'm just making this up as I go, and we'll decide. And then once we have it figured out, we'll have an idea for each one, kind of what we want to put on it. I think that does add to it. So now that we have this one done, I'm going to do a few more. I want to do a mass make of these. And so I've gone ahead and folded quite a few. And then this one I forgot to, that I wasn't on camera, but I did glue the little strip on it. And then I have some more, so I'm going to fold them with you one more time. So when I fold them, I'm leaving about, let's see, about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, something like that. And so some of them are wider than the others. This is one of the narrow ones I cut. And so you do want to make sure your paper's right side up. Earlier I had done one wrong ways. So it doesn't matter though how much you leave here. These are just journaling cards. We just leave what looks good to your eye. These do come together rather quickly, but I've had a few distractions today and had to take a break. So while I was, while the camera was paused, I did go ahead and make sure I cut out all my pieces, and I have some pieces ready. And I also thought about these. This is from, and I've already cut some out of this sheet for this project. And so these are some labels from Happiness and Crafting, and this is from her mini embellishment set number 1. So I've cut some out, and I printed these on sticker paper. They're label paper, actually. And so I've printed these out, and I've gone ahead and trimmed some out for this project. So let's go ahead and start decorating these, because I think they'll come together really quickly. That one did anyways. And so some of them I'm going to add strips, and some of them I'm not going to add strips here. I'll just have to figure it out. I've got some things laid out, but then some I'll have to figure out as I go. So I went ahead and laid this one out, because I was, while I was just sitting here, I noticed on my desk that I had these butterflies left over from a project. If you saw my Instagram post, a tree I did earlier in the month, and this was the leaves on the tree. It was the butterflies. So I thought that those may look cute, and I grunged them up because I didn't want them to be, they were white background, and it was just some cardstock that I had that day that I cut them out of, and so I thought it went good with these colors here. So I thought I grunged them up a little bit, and I thought we could put them there. And then I can't remember, I had cut this off because I thought it would be pretty on here somewhere, and I think maybe right in there. Don't think it would fit across this part here. I think it's too short, yes. So maybe we put it there. I'm going to lay them all out, and then I'll start gluing. I do want to keep these simple. I said I wanted to keep these simple because these are going in pockets and things. And I may do some later in the week, like I said before, that I do a little bit more too. So let's see what I have up here. I've laid some of the cards up here. So this one, this is the one I intended for this. So we have that. This is another card from the kit. All this is from the Happiness and Crafting kit, the Beautiful Botanicals. I know I just said that for you. It's only been a few minutes. For me, I have paused and it's been a whole day. So I may repeat myself some of the things to be sure that I said it. But yeah, so I hope you overlook that. Sometimes when you have to pause a video and then come back, you forget what you said, and you forget that for the person viewing, it's only been, you know, a couple of seconds, and for you it's been a day, so it may look like you're totally repeating yourself. But sometimes I have to take little breaks like that. I have a lot going on and distractions, or I'm tired or something, you know. Depends on what day it is. Thinking that might be cute. That this is a Tim Holtz butterfly or moth. I'm not sure which it is. I've just laid some things out. I'm not really sure. That's a good little card. And then here's another label from G's Embellishment Kit. I just remembered when I paused the video, I remembered that I had this download and that it would be it'd be really cute, or would look really good with this set. So I thought it would look good on these. Instead of pulling out other labels, why not use some of the ones I already had? So let's see here. I'm kind of liking how those look. I'm trying to do these quickly and not be so picky about how everything looks. You know, I want them to look good, but it don't have to, each one don't have to be a masterpiece. Let's see. I want something on this one. Maybe some more crochet lace. I'm looking around my desk. I have lots of just pieces of lace and things on my desk. Maybe that would look good. Or maybe it needs a piece of paper behind it. Here's this one. Let's see. That would look good. I'm just going to lay it there, and then we go to work on it. We'll have everything laid out, and then we just put them together. I feel like it goes faster that way. Now, I did go ahead and ink around everything, and I am using the Ground Espresso on this. That's one of my favorite colors. I'm just looking what else I have. So I have this card. I haven't inked it. Let me just add some ink to it really quickly. I think this one may fit on this one, this card, because this is a wider card. Some of them I cut wider, some of them I cut thinner. Just a variety. I think that would look good there. And let's see, I have this one or this one left over from my strips that I cut earlier to go on these. So that one I like. And then here's another label from the sheet I was working with. So I feel like they all need something on the sides here. Like this one's full and that one's full, but I feel like these are kind of empty, but I do want to keep them simple. So I need to not stress that. But I'm thinking about using some of these, they're just this Small Talk from Tim Holtz. I might go back and put a word somewhere on each one. But first I want to glue this all on and see how it looks and then go from there. So this one's all glued together. So this one has no lace. So we might want to add some lace or fabric or something to it. Here's a little piece. I just pulled out a bunch of thin lace scraps that I had, and some of them are just little bits and pieces like this, but I thought that they would fit. I kind of like that one, or it could go here. I'm not sure. I think I want it across the bottom. So let's just lay that there so we know what we want. So for this one, let's just first add, let's see, we're gonna, this is, I forgot, this label does not have to be glued. All I gotta do is pull the backing off of it. So that's not too much. Well, that one is not sticky for some reason. I'll just add some glue. These are old labels. I'm not sure. I may have printed on the wrong side. Knowing me, I probably did. That's okay. I can still use them. If they'll stick, I'm just going to stick it right there. That's fine. And then we'll stick this one. I just have to remember to glue on the one side only. Since the other's going to be hanging over, just glue that right there. I want to center it up and down. And I didn't center my label. I didn't want my label centered. So I like that. It's almost like a little tab on your journaling page, or a little journaling card. I keep calling it a page. Let's see. I need some Fabri-Tac for my lace. Sometimes when I take a big break like this from crafting, it feels like it takes me forever to get started back to getting in the groove of crafting. So I thought a small project like this would be good, but for some reason today I couldn't. It wasn't a hard one, it's just that I couldn't get through it. I had to take a couple of breaks, so I wanted to come back. It's later in the evening, but I wanted to finish it up. I got this little thing from the Dollar Tree so that I can, when I have glue like that coming through lace, I don't get it all over my fingers. I can just rub this down the side of it, and then I feel like this will wash off. If it looked like something that could easily wash off, we'll see. So I'm just going to take it and rub my lace down. And then I'll trim this up in just a second. There we go, that worked really good. So now I'm just going to trim off the extra. I loved all the flowers and birds in this kit. I think I need to add just a little bit more glue right here. And that just gave me an idea. When that was loose, what if we take this one and we make it a pocket, a little pocket? I think that would be a good idea. So that's that one. I think I'm gonna have to come back and do something to that part. So let's take a look at this one. So we could make this a little pocket here that you can slide something in. So if we're gonna do that, we're only going to glue, I need to trim it down to the right size first. just flip it over like this. I'm holding it in place, and then I'm going to trim it. So then we just want to glue on 3 sides. We want to glue, do I have the lid off? No. We're going to want to glue this side. Oops, that's a lot of glue coming up. I still haven't found my little glue bottle. So I'll have to look again. Last time it had rolled up under a cabinet in here, so maybe I've dropped it again. So I'm just going to put this here like this, and there, let me find something small I can show you. We can put a little something in the pocket. We'll have a little pocket inside of our journaling card. So that'll be neat. And then let's add our lace. Gotta figure out the right side. There we go. Once again, I'm going to pull off the back end of this label, but I'm going to have to add glue to it because I'm pretty sure I printed on the wrong side now, but they're sticking, so that's fine. So yeah, I'll have to pay attention to that next time. I thought I had it turned the right way, but my printer gets me all turned around when I try to flip things over and print on a certain side. Let's see, I'm going to put that about right there. There we go. And then we'll add this one. Remember, just glue on one side, and I pretty much talking to myself for that because I totally forgot on the first one. And so I hadn't even asked how you all were doing. I hope that I really missed crafting with you and hearing from you all over the last week. I missed being able to see your comments and to interact with you, but I had a very busy week and I just didn't get time to film or upload any videos. So I do hope you all are doing well and everybody's staying healthy. I do miss it when I don't get to upload and interact with everyone. I do miss hearing from everyone and knowing everybody's doing good. We are all good here. We've had a kind of busy spring, but it's been fun. We were able to have Easter with our family. We did a little egg hunt with the kids. They're all getting too big for it, but they still enjoyed it. I have fun with it, so that's probably why they only played along. But we adults enjoy it, hiding the eggs and then getting them to find them. So that's what we've been up to. It's been some beautiful weather, and then we had a cold week. I guess it was this past week. It was kind of cold and chilly some days, and now today it is nice and warm out again, and yesterday was super hot. I was outside a lot, and it was super hot outside. And I hope that you are getting a chance to craft along with me today. I think these are a lot of fun and they're really easy. You just grab you some, one of your digital kits or whatever paper you have, some background paper, and then maybe, something to be the feature on your card. And you could even cut up paper. If you didn't have a digital kit like this, you could cut up, paper. But I know a lot of you that watch use digital kits. So this is perfect. These little cards that came in this kit that she has was all different sizes. That's why I wanted to do this project with it, because I knew that it was absolutely perfect for this. And so I think these are turning out good. I really like them. When I saw that card sketch, when I see anything, I see journal stuff. So I see a card sketch, I see a journal card or a journal tag. When I see trash, sometimes when I see a box or something, I'm like, okay, that would make a good journal cover. And I see all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, oh, that'd be a good journal page. So that's how I am. I'm always seeing journals in things. A lot of crafts that I see, I think, oh, you could use that in a journal, but you just use paper instead of whatever's in it. So yeah, so I thought I'd show you how I did that today, how I look at a card sketch and see a journaling card. And I thought this was a unique card sketch because you don't normally see a long card like this with this piece hanging out. So I thought that was just a brilliant idea for a card and also for journaling cards. I may, where these were tea stained, may have to lay them under a book or something so they can dry flat. So here we are with this one, and I think I like all the layout on it, so I'm just going to glue everything down. I'm taking the backing off because I'm afraid when I glue it down that it will come loose from the backing, and because I could just glue it down this way, but I'm afraid it'll come loose from the back and you'll lose the top part, which is your actual label print. I could go over and reprint them on sticky back, but there's no need in wasting these. I think they'll do fine. So I'm going to center that up there, and I want it about right there. Kind of just eyeballing where I want it, where I need to see on him to lay it. So with a little wing there, I think it'd be the perfect spot. I think you could really make a bunch of these up at one time. I didn't cut out as many print out, excuse me, I didn't print out as many background pieces, so I could use some of the printed paper and see if I can make some. But I'm really liking how these are turning out. And it gives you a lot more journaling space to add to your journals. And I like having, right now I'm really needing things to tuck in pockets and places, because I make up a lot of pockets and things, but I hadn't made up a lot of, see if I can get some more glue in there, a lot of journaling cards and tags. And I think I've said that in another video, and I'm still working on that. So that's my goal over the next few weeks, is to make more journaling cards and more tags. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on. I do have a journal I want to work on, so I'll probably work on it in between that time as well. Let's just lay this here. I love this lace. I can't believe I found it at the Dollar Tree like that. I really love it, the crochet lace. I also did a little shopping this week and bought some more lace online from a lady on Facebook, and so those are great too. I'll have to show those to you one day. So let's just get our little butterflies on. I kind of want to do them like like they're flying in a half circle. I'm not going to glue their wings all the way down either. I like a little bit of dimension. I don't even remember what cardstock paper pack this came from. I was really just looking for the colors in them when I was making the other project, and I cut out a bunch because I didn't know how many I was going to need. So let me move that one just a little. I wasn't sure how many I was going to need, so I've got quite a few just laying on my desk. I keep working on cleaning up my office, but it seems like every time I craft, I have more leftovers, and I try to put some of them in a little container, but little pieces like this wind up on my desk and don't get moved. Is that crooked? Something looks a bit crooked to me. Okay, let me take a look at that. Maybe it's my lace or this card. I don't know. It's folding over more than it's supposed to now. Because I did trim these down with a paper trimmer instead of my scissors, so hopefully I got everything straight. That's a little better. There we go. So we have all those, and now we have one more to go. So this one, I want this at the bottom. Just need to, and let's make this one a pocket as well. So I just need to trim it off. I'm going to turn it over again once I have it where I want it. And I'm just going to trim it off. And then we'll glue the top, bottom, and side so we can have a little tuck spot on this one. Just stick that right here. I'm getting the camera where you can see what I'm doing. I'm just sticking it here up against the edge, and I cut it just to match with the edge of the paper. Okay. Once again, we have another little tuck spot. Stick this little card from the kit in there. I think I need to press this down. Okay, and then we have our flower and another label, and let's see, kind of like that again. Okay. I'm not sure I inked this one. It doesn't look like I inked it much if I did. I do have to go back and ink the insides of them as well, so I can do that later. There's a lot of glue coming out of this bottle. I'm going to have to find my smaller bottle with this smaller nozzle. Well, you know what? I just looked down and I saw it. Who would have imagined I put it away? I started a new spot for it. I've got a whole new setup here, and apparently I put it in a different spot because when I said that and looked down, I saw it. So let me put the lid on this one. We'll go back to using that one. Well, we're about done now. So we didn't decide if we were adding lace to this one. And now I've glued everything on, so I'm not sure. I have this huge butterfly here. What would that look like on this one? Is that a bit much? I don't know. I like sometimes going over the top of things like that. I think for this one, this is a Tim Holtz butterfly. I'm actually thinking of trying that. I kind of like that. Kind of over the top, but big. But sometimes I like to do things like that. Just going to ink it because it's a little bright white on it. Just stick it like that. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, this one I think needs cleaning out. The nozzle does, so let's just go back to this one and finish up these, and then I will work on the glues. You know, you can try things like this. It's just paper. If you get done and you're like, oh, I do not like it, you could cover it up, or you can just start over because it is just paper. It's just paper that we printed. So that's easier for me with digitals, is because I can print them over and over and over. So if I mess up, it's not like I have to go buy a new pack of paper. I just reprint it. And I don't have to wait for a new pack to get here or anything. I'm ready to go. I did think about round these corners, but with these sticking out, I think that it should stay square. But there's so many different things you could do with these, and you could, because I think you could use these as just tuck them in as journaling spots. You could add them to your page, and it'd be a pocket, and I may do that with some. You put it up here where you can see it. It'd be a pocket, but then the pocket would open up. So I think I will work on some more of these this week and try decorating them up with some clusters and different things and see what we come up with. So hopefully I can film that and hang out with you guys while I do that. So let me clean off my space here, and then we'll look at what we've done. I do need to put the lid on all my glues real quickly. So here are the finished journaling cards, and I like how they turned out. As far as the using cardstock, let me see which ones are cardstock. This one's cardstock or the 32-pound paper. I don't think it's that big of a difference. So I would use either one. So I really, I do like this. I wish I had thought about the pocket early on, but that's still a nice decoration. And not all of them have pockets. So this one has a little pocket, and so this one does too. And I think it'll be a neat little place if you're using this in your journal. You could actually journal and add a picture. You could even slide your picture in over here. So I love how these turned out, and I do have some more ideas for them that I forgot to do on one of these. So I think I will work on these again this week and try some different things with them. Well, I hope that you have crafted along with me and that you're having a great week. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.